Hello everyone and welcome back to Zoo Crafting, a side quest adventure. And today we are here at my farm, Hope Leaf Farm. It's not terribly far from Zoodacia, but it is a little bit of a fly by chocobo away, and it is a very peaceful place, or at least it would be if we stopped having slimes rain down from the sky, and we stopped having crocodiles trying to sneak into my kitchen. But it will one day be a peaceful place that will hopefully have Hope Leaf Village, a charming little village that brings back memories of Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, Rune Factory, and we'll have some of you wandering our village, being able to be little characters roaming about with your own unique trades, your own unique lives, perhaps our own unique festivals. Yes, if it's not obvious, I have big dreams for this farm, which is why we are here getting ready to work on it again today. And we're also here because if you guys follow along in our Star Stable adventures as well, you will know that it's the Potato Festival! The Potato Festival! The Potato Festival! Which is one of my favorite festivals in Star Stable, which has, by the way, Star Stable has a big influence on Hope Leaf Farm as well. You guys know I love to do crossover, crisscross applesauces. Now I want to make applesauce. Actually, can I make applesauce? We'll have to check. But I love to do crossovers in zoo crafting because it's our fun way of just having a creative vision of all of the different worlds that we inhabit as pixel biologists. Isn't that right, Lily and Tate? You two have your crossover in my Sims 4 series and you're old there now, but you get to live as eternal little immortal pups here. That's a pretty awesome deal if you ask me. I mean, gosh, Lily and Tate... do you guys remember when we first got them? Lily was my girl who I started with, and then she cloned herself into her brother, which somehow became her brother, yes. But yeah, that was the beginning. And then they cloned themselves again, and then they cloned themselves again, and we had all the dogs that we currently have. That was an adventure too. All right, let's gather up some apples. I got a little sidetracked because these apples just looked so delicious hanging from the tops of the tree. But it is the Potato Festival, which hopefully I already have created that adventure and put it up for Star Stable. And that made me want to plant potatoes here at Hope Leaf Farm. Huzzah! So, yes, in usual Seri fashion, today is going to be all about finding a spot to plant potatoes on my farm. But you know what? That's what makes this the relaxing, laid back, enjoyable time that we can spend together as the leaves fall down around us and we can smile at one another in amusement as we continue our adventures and exploration of this beautiful world. The other day, actually yesterday, I was on a walk in the forest and I have been a little bored lately. I get a little tired mentally telling all these stories sometimes, and I just want the opportunity to be able to read a relaxing story. And I thought about it and I was like, what I really want is a daily little adventure I can check in on that's kind of like fan fiction for Harvest Moon, where some days it's big adventures and plot arcs, most days it's probably just day-to-day living and the joy of the characters that inhabit that world. And then it hit me so hard it was like a walnut falling from the trees and smacking me on the head. Oh, that's what zoo crafting is. Like daily Harvest Moon fan fiction, where sometimes things get dramatic and sometimes things are super calm. So yeah, welcome back to my little daily adventure of peaceful farm life and peaceful zoo life. That one day we will get back to the zoo too. But this is a side quest, so we can be on the farm today. All right, really quickly, let's go ahead and check if I can actually make applesauce, because now I'm curious. So, wait. What did I just do? Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Apples. We can ferment it into L yeast, or we can make grated apples. I mean, grated apples is kind of like applesauce, isn't it? You can make it into fruit juice for regeneration, which goes with the Napple a day theory. Let's try sauce. Applesauce. You literally just put it in a pot and you have applesauce. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's make some fresh applesauce. Oh yes! And then the other reason, my friends, that we need to be spending some time here at Hopely Farm is because the farm is growing. The patrons and I had another one of our private patron planting streams where we planted the trees that the patrons managed to snag from the different tiers for February. And while we were planting them, we discovered another lost villager who wanted to come and live at Hopely Farm because he prefers wide open spaces. He didn't want to move to Zomberry Village because he wasn't a zombie villager first. He was actually just, you know, a normal villager who was living on his own. He's a little bit of a homesteader that way. And he wanted to come at the farm, which means that my house is no longer my house. We now have Jack. One of you, I think, is Jill. This is Jill, actually. And this is the little mysterious farmer who wants to grow sugarcane or sugar beets. He wants to be able to produce sugar because he loves candy. So I don't know what to name him. I could really... Wonka? Wonka? Wonka. I'm going to name him Wonka. Oh my gosh. Where's my name tags? I need name tags. Oh, I always need name tags. Didn't I put a bunch of name tags in my bag? I did not. I need to plant a forest full of paper trees because this is getting a little tricky. Also, we have a house full of animals that need to be given more appropriate homes. The puppies really want to wander outside, so I think I need to put a fence up around this place. But as you can see, there's so much to do in the zoo. There's so much to do in all of the places in zoo crafting. And thanks to your guys' patience and thanks to what I've been able to just start working on, it may not be daily yet, but we are kind of, sort of, settling into our home here in zoo crafting. And our home is pretty big, so we have a lot of area to cover. But anyway, today is going to be about showing you guys where I want to plant potatoes and possibly seeing if we can tame one of our horses enough to ride around the farm. But first things first, I need some tea and I need... Puppy's so cute. And I need some applesauce. So do I have any cooking instruments? I do not. Huh. This is just like when I used to work on a real life farm. I worked at a real life flower farm, and I've told you guys some of those stories of having worked there too. But back when I worked on the flower farm, you would go to do one simple thing, and there was just so much that you had to do all the time that the one simple thing would take you forever to accomplish. So let's put up some shelves. I'm gonna have to move this torch over a little. That's fine. We might put them right over the door then. And then Peppers, you're gonna need to move, little one. Yeah, I don't have a treat for you just yet, sweetie, but you're gonna have to come down here. Thank you. There we go. Now we have a nice shelving unit. But yeah, for any of you guys who like happen to live or have worked on farms, do you know what I mean? Where you go to do like one simple thing, but there's so many like chores that until you really get good at optimizing stuff and organizing things, you just find yourself constantly chasing your own tail. Like, oh, I just wanted to go out to the to do a little bit of gardening, and the next thing you know, the Yorkie clearly needs a bath. It's just adorable. But all right, so now we have actually managed to get a pot, and we have some apples, and ta-da! Applesauce! Huzzah! And I can go ahead and wash the pot over here. My gracious goodness me, we've got quite a bit of action happening. That's adorable, but at least I have my applesauce. So, applesauce achieved. Oh, and then my potatoes! So, my potatoes are actually in here! I went to the house and I threw a patch of potatoes into the ender chest. This darn thing is pretty useful, little kitty. Little kitty! Do you want to come and live at my house? I think you do. You could roam around with like the other... Oh my gosh, you do, don't you? Okay, we're gonna actually transport this cat just like this. Ta-da! To zoo crafting! Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so I actually think that... I feel like that cat... Oh, now that cat's a little lonely. I feel like this cat is a little bit of an adventure cat. But we'll leave you here for now then, adventure cat. I think you're like, wait a second, that was kind of weird. Maybe I don't want to do that. So we'll leave them there. But I am starting to use the ender chest a little bit more now that I've finally figured out how it works. So let's give future me a little bit of applesauce because it doesn't go bad very quickly. So that should be good. All right, there we go. It's so noisy in there. I really need to make it so that the animals can come outside more often. But all right, so yes, it is the potato festival over in Star Stable, and I thought we need to make a place to plant potatoes here in our farm. And why not? Because every little bit that we do, every little day of adventure is another step forward in creating a just absolutely majestic, wonderful new home for ourselves in this world. So I also wanted to choose a horse to be able to ride around so that we'll be able to have a companion here on the farm. Sunflower really likes being here, but the truth of the matter is that our horses are the ones who this is their home. So I just get the feeling that they would be quite proud to be able to do more work. Oh, little pup. How did you escape? Do you want to go in with the horses? I don't know if that's the best idea, but they're pretty good horses. Whoop. Puppy? Puppy? Oh, I really... There we go. Puppy? Hello? There you are, little guy. You are quite the curious little fellow. There you go. There. He should be okay now. But I don't know if it's good for you to be in here with the horses, but I can tell you want to be outside. So, okay, apple cake, apple crumble, zebra, do please use care. But this is where the horses live. So I've been thinking that we need to make a few more stables sort of maybe sprinkled around where my farm area is, and just make it so that we actually work with the horses a little bit more. So what would it actually, do I have any saddles? Let's go check if I have any saddles. Lily, come on. We're gonna go over to the horse barn today. I know. I have got the potatoes now and I want to plant them. But first things first, we have a mystery horse. I will be moving you to the Meadow of Horses at one point, sir. I do actually want to hire someone to help me train the pigs so that we can take the pigs and trade them to somebody who can take them to a pig sanctuary, so they're not like left at the whims of wild bears and creatures. And I also want to see if we can train some of the pigs to go into the swamp behind our house and find us some truffles. So that would be cool too. So that's on the list. Oh, hey, Henry the horse. I didn't even know I had Henry the horse. Why are there soul stones and name tags? I have no idea why there's soul stones and name tags. There's wild horses and name tags and an anvil. The things you find. The things you find. The good news is I can name Jack or Jill and Wonka now, which is pretty nifty. So that's pretty cool. What else am I gonna find over here? An egg? Lily, this is getting exciting. No little chick, but that was pretty fun. What do I have in my barn? Like, no, my pork chop. I forgot about this goat, but this is one hilarious goat. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot how we hung this from the ceiling. And I do have some saddles over here. Holy cow. We were on top of it, Lily. Look at how good this looks. We need to make a few more of these little barns so that we can allow some of our horses to hang out in here if they want. In fact, like, let's see who we have here. This is Smarty. And then we have applesauce, apple pie. Oh, applesauce, you've got the perfect name for what we're currently working on. Can I please ride you and we can go about our yard? We can ride applesauce. I am riding one of my horses. This is so cool. Lily and Tate are having a good time. This really feels perfect, actually. Like, Sunflower is quite happy to fly me wherever I want to go, but this is where my horses live, so they should have... Whee! Oh my gosh. They should have the right to be able to ride around and help me to take care of the land, because this is their home too. Applesauce, we're actually riding you! Okay, this is actually a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be, for sure. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we're riding the horse. We have a whole bunch of potatoes. I have the name tags. I guess today's mission is just going to have to be showing you guys where I want to plant the potatoes. And we'll leave a chest with these seed potatoes over there. And then exactly applesauce. And then, slowly but surely, over a series of side quests and big adventures, we will spread out over our Hope Leaf Village and Zudesia, don't worry, because my heart is really beginning to find a home here again. And I am really, really feeling like, oh, if I was hungry in my heart, if I had a heart hunger for peaceful daily adventures where a little at a time a new world was really created, then, you know, maybe that means I should share some of those with you guys. So I'm pretty excited. All right, and then also we need to grab that panda. That's one of the creatures that needs to be going to our zoo for sure. Also, applesauce, you go up these spots really well. I'm quite impressed. But let's go ahead. Oh, another goat for the team. This is actually the spot right here. Hang on just a second, applesauce. That I wanted to come over and plant the potatoes. And the reason I picked this spot it's actually kind of hard to see. I surveyed it on the back of Sunflower. Applesauce, are you having a conversation with that horse? Man, it would be really cool to start having like some horse breeding again and some really fun just missions to see what kinds of different horses we could have. I don't think we've gotten all of them yet for sure, because eventually we can get the fairy horse and the unicorns and all that. But anyway, this spot reminds me quite a bit of the Inca Peru territory. So when I was doing research on potatoes, I wanted to know, where did the first potato come from? And the answer is from Peru. And they have been definitely a very vital crop to the Inca people for quite some time. There's literally thousands of varieties of potato, by the way. I thought fingerlings and like purple and blue potatoes that I see in the store sometimes were fancy. Nah, there's some really fancy varieties. Some that are so valuable, they never even make it to the commercial market because they're 100% just traded between specialists who breed these potatoes. So I learned a lot about potatoes, and it occurred to me, I think we should plant our potatoes kind of in an area that reminded me a little bit of the sloping steeps of the area of Peru, where I looked at all of these pictures of traditional farmers who have been taking care of potatoes on the slopes of their lands for centuries. And after we gather enough potatoes, I realized we might be able to snag the attention of someone who could escort us to a different realm to visit for the first time with the llamas of Minecraft, which I have never seen and which cannot appear in this realm, unfortunately. But we are going to be starting to crisscross applesauce between the realms, and hopefully we will be able to visit where the llamas are, and maybe even start our own little llama farm and even trade between the realms. Trade potatoes for whatever they happen to offer me in whatever realm we go, where we could start ourselves a little llama farm. But oh my gosh, applesauce, you're so cool. This is really fun just to ride around our little farm area. But yes, so that's the goal. I want to plant a bunch of potatoes on these slopes so that eventually we'll be able to use them to attract a specialist who is willing to transport us to another realm where we can visit with the llamas, who also come from those beautiful mountains of Peru. So I'm excited about that, quite excited. So we'll leave the seed potatoes there. We have so much work to do on this farm. It's going to take a lot of side questing. We might have quite the scatter of side quest. And I'm also excited to have finally figured out one of the horses that we're going to be visiting with applesauce. Because this is awesome. Applesauce, look at you go! This is so cool. And a little dove is in our field. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, guys, we've got our little crisscross applesauce. I am quite pleased with him. This is very fun. And I think he's going to be our new horse that we are going to ride around on and kind of visit the farm with. Oh, and also, before we're done, applesauce, hang on. Let's go ahead and come on in. And oh my gosh, you guys kind of startled me over there, not gonna lie. And let's name Jill and Wonka. I think Wonka is a good name because he wants to be able to make candy. Wonka. There we go. Oh, I need some enchanting points. Okay. Gosh, that doesn't happen too often. Do I have any more enchanting crystals? I'm out of my essence berries. Essence berries make up a balanced Zoodacia diet. This is, oh, thank goodness. I found a few. I almost had to go and like try to slay a zombie for some old-fashioned essence berries. All right, and let's go with, actually, Wonka, let's go with, Wonka. Yeah, we'll just go with Wonka. There we are. All right, so are you Jill? You are Jill. Nice to meet you again. And then this is Wonka, who really wants to be able to create a lot of candy, which is quite fun. Also, applesauce, you are reminding me that I am going to need to make some like tie-up spots for my horses if we want to have them helping us out around the farm. And the farm, by the way, probably going to spread over a massive area and basically just go this direction for donkey days. It's gonna be really fun. And one step at a time, through our daily adventures, we will create something special. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I know this was mostly just like a sort of day, but we did manage to saddle up one of our horses. I have got several ideas, and hopefully I can just share with you some of the spirit of feeling like you're on the cusp of a grand adventure a little at a time. So I'll see you guys next time. Remember guys, stay curious. Bye-bye.